Hey, what's up guys? Pulling up a 1510. I've been on a super mega slide. 1461 right now. That's over 200 points lower than my best, and we're going to go 4 pawns to e4. Why? Change the habit of a lifetime. It's kind of chilly. And I'm toying going back to the Danish. I really am. I know the Vienna's fantastic. It's fantastic, but this is just so much fun. It really does suit my style. So maybe I'm just going to change everything around. Maybe I'll go Danish and hello and Smith Morrow. Well, obviously I've got to do something here. I've got to take the pawn. So this is already quite an unusual scenario in the Danish gambit. This pawn is defended. Okay. And also in April, I'm going to try a bit of a hack as well. I'm thinking about this. Yeah, I'm gonna try quite a kind of strict protocol and try and develop a bit of a brain building routine. So situation is this: we're a pawn down. We've played a gambit. Okay, I could play Queen B3, threatening this. The problem is with that, yeah, I'm moving my queen a second time, and they'll just play their queen out here to defend the pawn. Okay, then I guess I can bring my knight out. I think actually the general rule in the Danish is pawn e5. If they ever play knight f6, I think you always play pawn e5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a little trick called, if I do this, what's going to happen? Okay, it's a cheat. Let's go free rate. Okay, so they've pinned. Interesting, very interesting. All right, so can I do this? I think I can do this. I think I can defend the pawn with that, and I'm preparing to castle. Now, Black's issue is, what Black really wants to do, more than anything else, has to do more than anything else, in the Danish, is get castled. Now, what Black's doing here is he's putting a second attacker on here that's defended only once. So what I want to do is I want to try and line up a queen-king pin. So can I just castle? So I'm thinking, okay, one option is this, okay? And then, no, that doesn't even defend the pawn, okay? I'm thinking castles, let him take back, queen takes. Oh, but then I've got nothing defending this square, so I can't play my rook from f1 to e1, because queen takes and it's checkmate, I get checkmated. That's not the idea. It's not what we want to do. So something like this, maybe. Or castles, let him take. I take, takes. Okay, there's something here, but I can't figure out the move order. I'm going to castle. Now that was just lazy. I mean, I should really have. This is what I need to practice. I need to practice not just going, screw it, let's do it, right? Okay, now he's got two attackers on there. Interesting. Okay. I feel like I need to develop, but I also want to protect this square, but maybe I can do with something like this. Oh, I've got bishop there as well. So I'm thinking I can double defend the pawn. It's triple attacked right now, but that's not the point. We want the queen to end up on e5. But then again, I need something on here, so I don't know. I can push, I can kick the knight, encourage him to takes, I take, he takes. No, let's just do this for now. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm going to take once. He takes with the knight, he's going to be attacking my bish. Right, we don't really want this. Although, hello, rook e1 now, and yeah, it's not a queen-king pin, but then surely I just have f4, attacking the pinned piece. The scope for evil in the Danish is really high. I mean, yet, okay, well this doesn't work. That's called defending the pinned piece, but now I attack it with the pawn, right? Now I attack it with the pawn. He can take a bishop if he wants, but he's going to He's going to get a bishop and a rook for a queen. That's not... I mean, it's not the end of the world. Absolutely not the end of the world. It's kind of equal. But it's not great. Oh, there's kitten violence going on there. I don't know. Kittens are having a fight now. Yeah, the scope for evil in this opening is just wonderful. And I really feel like I want to practice my evil more. Okay, interesting. I take... and that I'm a piece up. If he recaptures, I'm a piece up. I take, if the knight runs away, so does my bishop, I'm a piece up. I don't get this logic. Mabugouche, where is that from? Jordan. Okay, and now I simply win the knight, right? And queen can't even take back, and I'm threatening this. And you see how key this bishop d2 move was. It looked like nothing at all. But the whole point of defending the e1 square is very, very critical. Okay, now I take here, right? Hey, Morgan. I take here. I think I wish I had a light squared bishop. I own no light squared bishop. Shush. Recording. Okay, I think takes. And actually, I think what we're going to end up with is bishop takes. And I'm not too sure about that. Do I want that? Oh no, he can't take straight back with the bishop because the queen hangs, so... got to be careful about this. I really need to get my knight out on the board, somehow. Okay, that's now attacked twice. Morgan, shut up! Attacked twice, currently defended twice. So I could play like a3... then bishop b4 is good. I'm up one pawn only right now. Well, equivalent of. I'm actually up... what am I up? I have an extra minor piece, but opponent has 2 more pawns. Shush. Go and just sit and feed them. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. Don't want you. Never did. Go on. Go away. Control your children. Okay, so 12 minutes. Got heaps and heaps of time. Let's figure this out. Oh god, they're crawling everywhere. How am I supposed to concentrate? I have no idea. Okay, I'm liking this a3 idea. I'm liking just the general principle of developing the knight, but the problem is I can't do that now because he's got 2 on 1 if I do that, because currently the knight's defending this, so I think we'll go for this. That, at least we get to force the bishops off the board. Depends what he does. He can't do this. Given the opportunity, I'm going to trade queens. I now can do that move, for example. Can't do that. Are you going to take them outside? Are you going to try and lose them outside? Is that the plan? They've not left this room yet. Well, they have. We gave them had a cuddle on the sofa, and look at these little things now. Look at these little things. Yeah. Butter wouldn't melt. They can't wait now until they can go outside and kill every living thing that moves. Horrible creatures. No, they're cute as hell. Alright, mate. Alright, calm down. Alright. But yeah, that's what we love about the Danish. So you just get into these super sharp and spicy positions all the time. How about bishop g5? Bishop g5 hits the rook. Rook can't go sideways because they actually lose. Lose a queen. So if I play bishop g5, he actually has to lift the rook. And still, oh no, the bishop's not there anymore, right? Okay, you give me check. Well, I just have this with tempo. It's defended by the rook, hits the queen right back. This is also a potential issue for you. I might even play my knight here. Rook a c1 with some kind of mating threat, we don't know. Alright, now, I really want to activate that rook, that a rook. I do actually have this as well. I feel like the knight has to enter the game. Player 2 has entered the game. Oh dear. Oh dear, did you fall? Never mind. Alright. He's also defending this pawn, isn't it? I wouldn't mind trading off queens. Wouldn't mind trading off queens at all. Okay. Almost impossible to concentrate here. So let's say knight here. It's kind of in the way. Knight here is a possibility. I mean, my knight would love to go on like a defended square like here, or the other option is knight d2, knight f3, which is kind of sensible. It controls central squares, you know? Or is there something eviler? I have a check. Let's investigate this. Check also forks f7, doesn't it? Am I leaving anything vulnerable? Not really. I could just develop my knight, for example, and then play this. If I play this immediately, king's in trouble. You're not going to block with your rook because that hits it again. I think the king's going to move over. So queen here, king moves over. Can I just go ahead and capture here? I think that's fine. Then I really do just want to develop this knight. I just want to get it out on the board, connect the rooks. Yeah, there's potential for disaster, you know, going on. Okay, so you've saved the thingy, the pawn. I think we trade and isolate that pawn. That's my hunch. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. And the reason is because we have a good position. I have a strong position. I'm just going to develop my knight. Okay, now my rooks are connected. We've completed development. Congratulations. And I'll move 22. As in move 20, comma, as well. Okay, I have this. We could end up with a trade. This knight could end up being very valuable in the endgame. If I could trade my knight for that bishop, I would definitely jump at that chance. I think rook ac1 just looks like, you know, we're building up. I haven't got a load of junk, right? I've got 4 pieces, okay? Mad Bugoosh has got 3 pieces. Now, I'm not going to win this game. Oh, hello. Hello. You know what I just said? If I could trade knight for bishop, I would. If he moves that bishop away, I'm going to have this pawn. I might even come back here with tempo. I could always come back here. I'm having the bishop. 100%. All right. Why are we having the bishop? Okay. Why is the bishop a more important piece to black than my knight is to me? Well, I'll explain my thinking. I still have a bishop, for example. Okay. And I have pawns on A, B, G, and H. Mabugoosh has got pawns. He's got these extra central 2, right? But he's got pawns also on both edges of the board. And when you've got pawns on the extremities of the board and you're in an ending, as we are right now, okay, then the power of the bishops to leap an entire board in one go becomes extremely important. Okay, now, one thing I notice is that we have potential discovery against this pawn. What else is undefended? Well, the king defends those. Okay, this rook defends this. This is undefended. Now, I could have this, which is a double attack, right? So I've got that one, and I've got the revealed attack or discovered attack against e6. If I do this, my opponent is going to push e5. 100%, they have to do that. The other thing I'm interested about as well is the 7th. I'd love to get installed on the 7th. So rook f1, rook f7 check wins a pawn. Rook f1, I think trading rooks now is good for me because I have 1, 2, 3 long-range high-speed pieces. My opponent has 2 long-range high-speed pieces, and 2 on 1 is better odds than 3 on 2. Therefore, there's a couple of options. One is try and double up. We could double up on the C file and try and insert here. Okay. Another one is just try and go for the crude insertion there, at which point they've probably got to do this. Now, which is better? I also want to maximize the benefit of this bishop. Now, if my opponent, for example, puts all their pawns on dark squares, then that kind of chokes my bishop, stops it from going to a bunch of squares, but it just has to sit tight. So I'm thinking maybe targeting this. Also, I think putting any rook on second is no bad thing, because I'd like to defend these pawns again. So I'm going to play rook c2, rook ec1, rook c7 check is the plan. And quite honestly, the other thing that I really should be thinking about now as well is, let's say we traded off all the rooks, right, like this. Is my bishop, I think that feels good. I don't know why, it just feels good. So let's say he plays rook c8 now, right? Is this bishop enough of an advantage to counteract black's advantage of these two pawns? Now, my feeling is that because of the situation, because black has 3 pawn islands, if he gets left only with a king, then no way can the king defend both this side of the board and this side of the board. At a stretch, he might be able to defend one of the side pairs and the central pair, you know, maybe, with no rook on the board. Let's say the king sticks himself there, and he puts his pawns here, right? So the pawns end up on these squares, yeah? The king defends, right? But these ones can't move, because I'm going to have a bishop. This is still vulnerable, but if I do this, he does that, right? I feel like what I need to be doing is throwing my pawns up the board to create more pawn pressure. My opponent's pawns are actually fairly far back. Okay, now do we get to prove our point? Take. Okay, one thing, important thing is his king is on c8, which means it's right at the back of the board. My king is a little bit better. No, it's not actually any better placed. But I do have the bishop. The question is it better for me? Now I'm thinking also maybe rook f2 with this threat. Rook f2, he can't come onto the second rank, which is important because that's my backwards pawn, right? And this is my other one. Currently these guys are separated. Rook f2 threatens this. Rook f2 and he comes here. I don't know. Like bishop here he pushes and then I might be able to target that, but I don't really know. Bishop hit back there. Or simply rook takes rook, king takes rook. Then it's all hands on deck, isn't it? These pawns are good. They're both passed pawns. They're potentially very strong. I don't know. I don't know if it's enough of an advantage to have the bishop there. My bishop can handle one of my pairs, but only temporarily because these pawns are going to push up. I come here. He'll probably do this and block me. I don't know. I'm just nervous. I don't feel like the advantage is there. So I think I'd like to bide my time a little bit. Maybe improve my king, get my king up the board. See if I can do something to... If I can eliminate one of these pawns, I think I'm winning. Okay. Now I'm thinking something... Here. I don't know. We're going to have to dance for a bit, I think. Also g4 might be an idea there. Oh, there's a fight. The two white kittens are having a scrap. Okay. What's that for? I could do this. I think I'd need to... Do I occupy the open file? No, not really. Okay, let's play g4. I think I want to centralize my king a bit. Even pushing my pawns up. Okay. Where do you want to go? You can't go there right now or there. A4 just stops the king from advancing. Okay, this is all right. Let's bring the king up. Got 5 minutes 45. My opponent's still on 15 minutes in a 15-10. He's used less than 10 seconds per move so far. All right, here come the pawns. There he's got a check, but then... What if I give check now? He has to retreat. Okay, centralized. This pawn can't move, remember, because this one's under attack and it's the only defender. What about if I attack here? He pushes on and blocks. But does that actually improve things? Does that simplify things in my favour? I don't know. Play king g3. While we think. Okay, I can actually pin that pawn. Takes, king moves, trade rooks, and then it's 2-2, you know, completely equal. Centralize his bishop. So I'm going to be looking at a bunch of squares where his pawns might want to advance. Okay, I have this. Is that good? I have to stop this rook from getting down. So far I occupy the open C file and my king is guarding the entry points on the open F file. So he's making progress with his pawns up the center. Maybe what I need to do is use my king and somehow block the F file and try and block off the center to some degree as well. Okay. Here, and he can bring his king in. He wants to bring his king there. I don't know. The rook's defended here. Okay, I think now I have to bring in my king. Somewhere like this. Something like this. This also stops the king from going into this. I feel like that's a key square. Okay, and now I'm going to come in... Oh, hang on, here. Is that checkmate? I think I get checkmated. Not good. Yeah, king here. Rook f3. Can't go there, can't go there. Yeah, it's mate. So I have to go back this way. Can't go there because I take him. That's all out. All of these squares are out. There you go. So, go on. Off you go. There. Takes. Then I have a bishop potentially. My bishop can defend this pawn. My rook is now somewhat freed up. Is it? I'm not scared of his rook right now. I might want to put my own bishop here. Then I have check, maybe. That's pretty good. This is his idea, is it? So do I have to do this? Or do I have to move my bishop? Scared about moving my bishop though, because then he comes down here with check and then he's planning to improve his... Oh man. But then, let's say I do this, he comes down, I come here, he pushes, and I can't take. I think I'm going to move my king off there. He's got this. Wow. Okay, he attacks the bishop. Do I counterattack the rook? Do I come here? Then he pushes, and I can't come down. I come here, he pushes, I give check. I don't know. Now it just drops the bishop. What am I doing? I feel like I'm being ground down. I do have a nice check now though. I can always eliminate this, but do I really want to be giving up my... If I come here and he promotes, I can come there, then the queen has to give herself up. I win the thing, and then it's only one pawn to worry about. Here, promotes, there, fork, with check, fork king, queen, queen trades for rook, and no. Or this, rook takes, no. This, he can actually take my rook, bad. I have to do that, I think. But it's a horrible situation. I feel like I'm playing a bot now, you know. The bots are really good at these just high calculation endgames. Hey, boo-boo. Let's say promotes here, check, queen takes, there. I'm hitting this pawn and I'm also hitting this pawn. So although I'm down an exchange, is it, or is it an exchange and a pawn? I know it's tough. Oh, he's attacking my bishop. Okay. Well, that's not too bad because I have this now with check. King moves. Oh, bugger. If I thought I had that, and I can't. If I take the pawn, I lose my bishop. So I think I have to come here. Now threatening that, I think he has to play rook b2. Then I come across and I'm threatening to take. I think he's made a mistake there. I think if he'd have promoted the pawn, he would have been better off. I take, pawn takes, I take pawn. I still have a bishop. You have to take the rook. And now the king can't go on either of these squares. And I think we are now better because I have the crucial bishop. Now he wants to keep his king there. He cannot allow my king to centralize. So what do we do? There and pushes, I'm in trouble because I can't go anywhere. Here, he can't actually go sideways. That's interesting. I do have king f2. I do have king f2. If he comes here, I'm just going to press up. Try and get opposition if I can. I like that my bishop defends this. Okay, king f3. He comes here. Perfect. Now he can't go on either of these squares or here. So what's he going to do? He's going to push a pawn. Right, now I burn a move, I believe. Which I can do. Now whichever pawn he pushes... Okay, right, critical. If I push, we have locked pawns. And we can kind of forget about that side of the board. Also though, my bishop is able to snatch that pawn off. If I take, we're going to have locked pawns. So it's kind of irrelevant. If I take, he's got to recapture. But then what's going to happen? We are in opposition with me to move. The problem though is okay, I think it doesn't really matter actually what happens here. We can just ignore that. Because I can come here, Black's king can't take opposition with my king, right? Opposition means they are 2 squares apart in a straight line. I come here, he can't go there, he can't go there, he can't go there. That means he must step away and lose this pawn, right? So I think my opponent has blown this endgame. And it's really, really nice to win an endgame. That's assuming you can win it, of course. But my other option also would actually be just to swing my king over here and then promote Harry. My opponent's king has to take the long way around. 1, 2, 3 to capture the bishop. Then I don't even allow that. I just swing the bishop out of the way, wait for the pawn to take one step, and then I eliminate the pawn and then carry on with plan A. So this is now lost. So no suggestion of cheating here whatsoever, because he was playing some really, really strong moves, I thought, for a while. But then he's blown it. And I think my gut feel is this is winning now for white, because he has to step away. He can't go here or here because of my bishop. He can't go here because of my king. He can't move either pawn. So whatever happens, he's putting the king on one of these squares, and I can basically pre-move that capture. That's if I wanted to. I mean, so he actually has to move. Let's say he goes here, right? And let's figure this out. So he goes here. Let's ignore this pawn, right? I go here. He comes back. I go here. He goes there. I take the pawn. He goes here. I move to one side. He takes my bishop. Harry moves. So I don't think this is working. Then he moves there. Harry to 6. There to 7. He queens, I queen. Same move, doesn't work. Okay, so that is not on. And we did all of that without taking our socks off. So congratulations. And now what are you doing? You're stalling. Don't stall on me. Don't you stall on me now. Okay, in fact, what I can do is probably just drop my bishop down to here and defend both pawns. And his king is going to be way too far away. So let's figure this one out. He's got to go there. Okay, hang on. He goes here, I take the pawn. It's just... yeah. He goes here, I take the pawn. Now he can't on any of these squares. Or there, either. So he has to move sideways. And then I can stick my bishop here. And then simply, my point is probably to head over in this direction and try and grab that pawn off. Andy's more advanced than Harry anyway, so I think that should probably be my goal. So I'm going to pre-move that recapture and sit and see what happens. And sometime later, we'll put a blah, blah, blah. You alright, Woody? What are you doing in here? Hello? Yeah, now I think he's kind of rushed a couple of moves and now he's just stalling. I think if he's got any sense, he'll calculate this cannot be a winning position for white. I think all I need to do really is jam my bishop here where it's defended by the pawn and defends the pawn, okay? And then whatever happens, surely my king is going to be able to get to one side or the other and nab one of these pawns. I think we can probably crab our way over one way. Don't stall on me, Bo. He's got 12 minutes left on the clock. It's embarrassing to play too fast, and so where do we think is the error was? I think it was somewhere around here, right? That wasn't good. There he's lost. He's just lost from that position. I think here what he should have done is promoted. Hang on. Yeah, he promotes to a queen. I have to fork queen takes rook, bishop takes. He's up a rook for a bishop, and he has an extra pawn. And I think that's winning for black. Because rooks are just that much neater in the endgame. Come on, bro. We can check that at the end. Okay, so we'll probably come back to this when anything happens. So let's come back there and just sit it out. Yeah, so it looks like opponent's stalled on me. So what I'm thinking is, from this position now, after we get this pawn and this bishop comes here. So what I think logically, the important thing is to break this down, because there are potentially so many moves and so many second moves and so on, that you need to kind of simplify it like an equation, like a complex equation. So I think after we get this pawn, this bishop's going to come here and pair itself with this pawn. Okay, then actually I'm not sure. It might not come there immediately. I need this bishop to defend this pawn, or else the king's going to be able to get over and nab that pawn. We can't have that. So what I'm going to try and do is bully this king away from that pawn and try and get my way to capture this guy here. I think that's the thing. Always knowing that my bishop can jump over to this side, and the king side is then safe. The king side is handled. So it's going to be all about that pawn. Now actually, another completely different alternative is, we take this pawn, we let the king head over here, right? I head over this way, and I just eliminate h5. Let him have this pawn, which he can't even do because the bishop's still there. But as soon as I step away with my bishop, king takes pawn, then the bishop comes back onto this diagonal, and the moment his a pawn steps foot on there, he's stepping on a mine and he gets deaded, right? In which time I should be able to come here and roll out the red carpet for Harry. So that's how it should work. Again, I'm going to pause the recording because opponent has had a sportsmanship failure by all accounts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you join us with 20 seconds left on Magbahush's clock, and this is rotten performance. So he's going to lose on time, having stalled for something ridiculous like 11 minutes, which is very, very bad form. But we'll check how it would end. Yeah, very poor indeed. No, he was not a good sport. And I'm going to click report and stalling, quitting games. There you go, and block. There you go. Off you go into the sunset. Okay, so it's saying +9 here. +9 for white, and that means winning, winning, winning. All right, so you can, I think we could probably go to an analysis board from here as well. But, so king d5, king c5, or king c5 are the only moves. Right, there's nothing else legal. Oh, actually, king b3 is legal, I think. But that's not one of the best ones. Let's see how bad that would be. And now he jumps to +65 because I take this pawn. Okay, so his best move here is actually king d5, although it's still terrible because I take. And now he has to come back. Let's play all of his best moves according to the machine and see how we would do it. Okay, so now it says king e4. So king e4, what are we doing? Okay, we're heading for the h-pawn. That's the point. Okay, he tries to come across. We shoulder him away. He comes back down. He's going to lose the pawn. There's no question about it. He has to play king e5. Interesting. Anything else is +60 or more for white. Anything other than this move. So let's find out why. Okay, we take the pawn. In fact, it's +66, whatever. We can go here. We can take the pawn. We can go there. Doesn't really matter. But the point is, he has to stop us from getting to this square now. Okay, so he goes to king f6. And now we walk up the board. We're going to play all the best moves for him. And now I come here, and I don't think there's nothing he can do. Well, he's going to want to come here, right? Oh, Now it says burn a move with a bishop move. And now it's mate in 24. There's nothing he can do. Best move, king e5. We play the king over, and now this is now the red carpet, right? There's no way he can't go to any of these squares, right? So it's a very long way round for that king. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by the time he's done that, we've got a queen. Okay, so as we said, it's completely lost. Let's have a quick look at the game review. And I think he missed the trick there. I think that was a missed win. Oh, wow. So white is better for almost the entire game. But this was a mistake. He should have attacked my... Wow. Okay, that's a miss for me. What did I have? All the way up. Yeah, then he can't promote because I come here, skewer the king and win the queen. Alright. But we do this. And now this. And that's a miss. That's a great move. Okay, but he's lost at this point. So here he had to play promotes. There we go. That's what I said, and that is winning. And then I think if we go to analysis now, I have to play rook d4 check. Okay, he will definitely trade. Yep. I take back, and this is now -7 in black's favour. Right, black is winning. I thought that was it. You know, wow. And in games like this, he literally had, well, he had a couple of chances, but there's one earlier on as well. Let's have a look at that one. This is a blunder on my part. Bishop out here is a blunder. Defending the e1 square, and remember what we were talking about then. I gave up the pawn. Developing the knight first. Wow. I mean, the pawn's still attacked 3 times, that's the point. So let's say he takes here. Ah, then it's saying knight d5. Knight d5, hitting both the queen and c7. Taking the knight is not one of the better options. That's interesting. But we're developing our pieces. We're getting pieces out into the board, preparing to get this guy out into the board. Yeah, bishop f4 is actually the second best move here. And then h3 with a kick, so there you go. Lots to learn, but it's always very satisfying, I think, to win an endgame because it doesn't happen all the time. But really, one of the best things that I think any of us can do at any level is to learn more about endgames. And yeah, I hope some of the little points that we made during that will be helpful. But yeah, the other thing is to be aware that sometimes you only get one look in a game. Sometimes you only get one chance and you have to take it. You have to grab it with both hands. Opponent failed to do that this time. And I also feel like, yeah, he was just playing too quickly. Too quickly. Don't play 15 plus 10 if you're going to use that little time. But anyway, I'll take it all day long. Satisfying to get a win in an ending. I really, really want to get better at my endgames as well. So I might actually go over. Craig did like 2 months of endgame stuff at the very start of Chess Bootcamp Live. It's all there in the archive. If you'd like to master your endgames, then feel free to join Chess Bootcamp Live, where you get hundreds of hours of our previous sessions as well. Highly, highly valuable. But otherwise, that's it. Thank you for watching. Do appreciate it. And take care. I'll see you soon.